Hello students, I am Parvesh Kumar from Golden Public School. Today I am going to tell you the summary of the second chapter of your book Fast Flight. The name of the chapter is Nelson Mandela. Before starting the summary, I would like to tell you something about Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was a great hero who gave freedom to the blacks in South Africa. He was born on 18 July 1918. He fought against the apartheid regime of South Africa, which believed in racialism. He spent more than 30 years in South Africa's prison. He became the first black president of South Africa when his party came to power in democratic election in 1994. Dear students, this chapter is an extract from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, the first black president of South Africa. It begins with the description of their inaugural ceremony, which took place in the 10th of May 1994. The inauguration day, 10th May dawn, it was clear and bright. Many world leaders has been coming to the author to pay respect to him. It was before the inauguration. The inauguration was to be the largest gathering of world leaders there. It was 10th of May when the inauguration ceremony took place. On that day, it was clear and bright, and many world leaders had been come to pay their respect. It was to be the largest gathering of the world leaders there. Now, if we talk about the place of inauguration, the inauguration ceremonies took place in a big open building in Pretoria. Here, the South Africa's first democratic non-racial government was to be installed, was to be established. If we talk about the place of inauguration, it took place in Pretoria in a very big building. Now, if we talk about the swearing in the ceremony, on that day, the author was in the company of his daughter Zenani. Mr. de Klerk was first sworn in as second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as first deputy president. It was the author's turn then. He was sworn in as the president. He pledged to obey, uphold the constitution. He also pledged to devote himself to the well-being of the people. Dear students, when Nelson Mandela reached the ceremony, he was with his daughter Zenani. First, Mr. de Klerk took the oath as second deputy president. After him, Thabo Mbeki took the oath as first deputy president, and after that, Nelson Mandela's turn came. He saw as the president, he pledged to obey and uphold the constitutions. He devoted himself to the well-being of the people. The author addresses his speech. The author or Nelson Mandela spoke of the newborn liberty. He thanked all the international guests. He said that they had come there to be with his countrymen. It was the common victory for justice, peace, and human dignity. He pledged to liberate his people from poverty, suffering, and discrimination. Dear student, Nelson Mandela took oath and he pledged to liberate his people from poverty, sufferings, and discrimination. Display by jets and helicopters. After the speech of Nelson Mandela, after a few moments, colorful South African jets and helicopters flew over the Union buildings there. It was for military's loyalty to democracy for a new government. Then the highest military generals, having medals on their chests, saluted the author. He thought that they would have arrested him many years before. Now, after the speech of Nelson Mandela, South African jets and helicopters flew over the building for the military demonstration, and it was not only the demonstration but it was for military's loyalty to democracy for the new government. Here Nelson Mandela remembered that these are were the generals who have arrested him many years before, but now they were showing their loyalty to democracy for the new government. Singing of the Nelson national anthem. If we talk about the national anthem, the day was symbolized for the author by the playing of two national anthems. The white sing Nkosi Sekele and the black sing Diastin. These form the old anthem of the Republic. Dear students, here I would like to mention that in democratic government, blacks and whites were given equal right. Although during the rule of white discriminated against the blacks, they did not give right to black, but in democratic government or in Nelson Mandela's government, both white and blacks got equal right. And to show it, the two national anthems, one for white and one for black, was sang. The author's thoughts. Nelson Mandela gives his thoughts here. On that day of the inauguration, the author thought of history. In the first decade, the South African people had patched up their differences with other black skinned people. They had built a system of superiority also. It was the best of the harshest society. This system had now stood our turn. Now it was the system of that recognized the right and freedom of all the people. Here Nelson Mandela mentions about the history that for many years the African people suffered a lot. They faced the system of apartheid that had been built, a system of superiority, but now the system was different, and system now the system was that recognized the right and freedom of all the people. The author's regret. This auspicious day came after the sacrifice of thousands of people. The author thought of himself the sum of all those people who had been that he could not thank them. Nelson Mandela also mentions even the name of the people who sacrificed to the freedom of South Africa. Although those people were not the part of ceremony because they had sacrificed their life. It pained Nelson Mandela. Freedom fighters remember. The policy of apartheid created a lasting wound in his country and his people. This policy has produced great freedom fighters. They were like Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisler, Chief Lothles, Yusuf Dadus, etc. They were men of uncommon courage, wisdom, and generosity. The country was rich in mineral, but its greatest wealth was its people. Here, Nelson Mandela mentions the people who sacrificed their life for the freedom of South Africa. He also tells us that South Africa is rich in minerals, but its greatest wealth lies in its people. The definition of courage. Here, Nelson Mandela defines courage. For these people, the author learned the meaning of courage. The people whose name Nelson Mandela had mentioned above in this passage make him to learn the true meaning of courage. They risked their lives, they underwent great torture, they learned that courage was not the absence of fear but the victory over it. Nelson Mandela says that courage is not mean the absence of fear but it means the victory over it. Now, man's natural goodness. Here the author says that no one is born hating another person due to color or reason, religion. They could be taught to love. Love comes naturally to the human heart. In prison, they were pushed to the wall. But he saw humanity in the hearts of the guards. It was man's essential goodness. It cannot be put out. Here Nelson Mandela mentions that love comes naturally to the human heart. So it is easy to teach the men to love to each other. Man's duty. Here Nelson Mandela mentions in life every man has twin duties to his family, to his community and country. The author found it difficult to fulfill these two duties. It was because a colored man in South Africa was punished if he lived like a human being. Such a man was forced to live apart from his own people. So he was not allowed to do his duty to his family. Here, freedom defines. The author was born free. He was not born with a hunger to be free. He was free as long as he obeyed his father and obeyed the customs of his tribe. but soon he realized that his freedom was an illusion. He began to hunger for freedom when it was taken from him. As a student, he wanted freedom to read and go. As a young man in Zanzibar, he wanted freedom to be as per his potential. He was also wanted the freedom of livelihood for his own of family. Now desire for freedom made him bold. But soon he saw that he was also not free like his men, brothers, and sisters. Then he joined the African National Congress. His hunger for freedom became great for the freedom of his people. The desire for the freedom of his people to live with dignity gave him power. It made him bold. It made him bold. It made him live like a monk. The chains of his people become chains for him too. Now, oppressors and the oppressed without humanity. The author knew that the oppressor must be liberated like the oppressed. A man who takes away another's freedom becomes the hater. No one is free if he is taking someone else's freedom. Both the oppressed and the oppressed are robbed of humanity. According to Nelson Mandela, both must be free. Dear students, here ends the summary of the chapter. I hope this will be helpful you. Thank you.